to my little friend. What do you say, Dan? Smoke him or what? Let him have it?
Man, smoke him. Get the out of here.
We usually don't like, showing the pieces off and stuff, but you're in my casa, right? My house. So we'll show you some of the hardware we keep on deck, It's not loaded, don't worry. But this is just in case anybody get fresh, Bagata!
Masvidal has caused huge controversy on social media by pointing a firearm at the cameraman who was recording him. Although the fighter showed that the gun was unloaded and never pulled the trigger, many accuse him of being irresponsible and careless. In the video, Jorge quotes Tony Montana from the classic film Scarface, "Say hello to my little friend." Masvidal thinks he can convince Dana to give him a title shot. Jorge Masvidal believes he can steal the title fight from Colby Covington and convince Dana White that he is the best option. Stating the UFC is a pay-per-view business, Colby has never sold more than 300,000 except when he fought me. He's not a ticket seller, doesn't bring action.
I feel that in my heart, I see it in my mind. UFC at the end of the day is a pay-per-view selling business. Colby's bitch ass has never sold over 300,000 pay-per-views except when it was against me,
Masvidal is feeling confident that Burns is his golden ticket to facing off against Edwards. In the past, he's been stuck with wrestlers and hasn't had much luck. But he's got high hopes for Gilbert and expects a real challenge this time around. In Gilbert's fight, I don't have a wrestling freak.
The Gilbert fight, I don't have a standout wrestler conditioning freak like that where he could just continue to go for takedown after takedown. He doesn't have that. He's never shown that. And on the stand-up, yeah, he throws hard, but he doesn't understand the street science. He doesn't understand setups. He doesn't understand distance, timing, fakes, things like that. So
Gamebred doesn't think a fight between Leon and Colby is worth the hype. According to Masvidal, neither fighter brings the heat and fails to sell tickets by not giving the fans the action-packed fights they crave.
What is him and Leon gonna do? What did Usman and Leon just do right now? The numbers weren't great. They haven't even come out yet, So neither of them are ticket sellers, and it's for a reason. They don't really bring that action, I bring that action, People ain't following me because I'm so good looking, or I have so many posts on Instagram and stuff. People are following me because they know one thing: I'm fighting out, I'm gonna get after. I'm gonna come take your head off or die trying, So it's laid out for me to just go out there and do my work, perform, and everything else will fall into place.
Pereira thinks that Adesanya is making a mistake with this rematch and reveals what motivated him to join the UFC. The current middleweight champion, Alex Pereira, believes that the former champion, Israel Adesanya, is making a mistake by wanting a rematch so quickly. Fighting this fast, he is kinda showing me that he just wants to get over this. I'm just gonna fight one more time, and whatever happens, I'm going to live my life in peace.
New, especially with his history as a champ that we're going to fight again, due to his achievements. But honestly, fighting me this fast kind of showed me maybe that he just wanted to get over with, just want to get it done, Let me just fight this guy one more time, and whatever happened, at least I can live my life in peace.
The Brazilian also specified that what motivated him to join the UFC were derogatory comments that Adesanya made about him, saying that he would only be a nobody, and while he bragged about beating him to get girls, he would become a legend.
He watches all my fights, and every time I fight, like clockwork, he'll try and put something out like, I beat this guy. At the end of the day, no one knows who he is, and he's gonna be that guy when I'm world champion, when I'm a legend. He's gonna be at some pub, talking some about, I beat that guy one time.
That lit a fire inside Pereira that propelled him to join the UFC, take the belt from Adesanya, scoring his third victory against him. I proved him wrong, right? I got to the UFC and became the champ.
Where he was saying things about you. How did that interview come to your attention?
Well, it was a heavy interview where, we had fought twice, and he said that he never watched any of my fights. There was nobody, and, and after that, and then he said that I would never go nowhere. There would be just guy drunk on a bar using his name to get girls, and I proved wrong, right? I went after him and got to the UFC and became the champ.
Chael Sonnen talks about Ngannou, his relationship with Dana, and the Jon Jones fight. The former MMA fighter, Chael Sonnen, explains that the fight between former heavyweight champion Francis Ngannou and current champion Jon Jones is still possible. However, Sonnen believes that Ngannou needs to pick up the phone and repair his relationship with Dana White and the UFC first. Sonnen was giving Ngannou the benefit of the doubt when he left the UFC to pursue greener pastures as a free agent. But now, he thinks Ngannou needs to have an epiphany soon if he wants to make it big, I think there's a couple of good fights over there for Francis.
Realize, and he's going to want to call them back. And when he does, I want them to answer the phone. I don't want people to be mad at each other. I think there's a couple of good fights over there still for Francis. But, the one against Jones is the premier. There's not a...
Sonnen thinks that Francis needs to act quickly and take advantage of his physical abilities while he can, as he has been experiencing knee problems.
36. I don't know how old he is. I'm not sure he knows how old he is. I don't bring that up to try to be funny. His body's already given out on him. Right, he's already telling somebody, hey, I'm on the free market, bid a whole bunch of money for me. By the way, I got a bad knee.
Sonnen insists that the fact that Francis is a free agent, at his age, and with his knee condition, is a waste of time.
Guy, Phil Jackson's what I meant to say. No coach looks at a guy who's hurt and old and pays him a bigger check. It's a really weird situation. I want him to get it figured out. I don't say it to tease him. Time is ticking, and he every day that he's not signed, he's losing.
Chael is on.
Do you think Francis needs to sign again with the UFC? Let us know in the comments. Robert Whittaker stated that he was never offered a fight against Khamzat Chimaev, but he is waiting for it. Former middleweight champion, Robert Whittaker, denied the allegations made by Khamzat Chimaev, who claimed that Whittaker had turned down a fight against him. On his podcast, Whittaker explained that he was never offered any fight against Chimaev, but that he is waiting for the right moment. I was never offered a fight Chimaev, and that's that. I haven't been offered any fights.
I forgot. Someone said that Chimaev said that they offered me a fight and I turned it down. I was never offered a fight with Chimaev, and that's that.
It seems that Whittaker is patiently waiting to show the Russian what he is capable of doing inside the cage. That's not something that has been presented to me, just clarifying that.
I can say I have not received any sort of written contract saying, do you want to fight Chimaev in X, Y, Z? That's not something that has been presented to me. So, yeah, just clarifying that.
Speaking down the barrel.
Hulk Whittaker, Hogan and Stone Cold Volkanovski show up. Robert Whittaker and Alexander Volkanovski spice things up on a television show by taking their cosplay game to the next level, paying homage to the iconic WWE stars Hulk Hogan and Stone Cold. That's all for today's video. If you want to know the latest UFC news, subscribe to the channel, hit the notifications bell, and click the like button, so you don't miss any details about the upcoming fights. Thanks for watching. See you soon.